No, you cannot have that one, Francis, either. Okay, this is how the boating and fishing accidents happening. Nah, this is our beautiful swamp, AKOU swamp, and the people at the Meridian Defense are probably pooping themselves because yes, the Meridian Defense rifle will go for a dive for 72 hours, and I think the swamp is looking even more stinky. I think I have seen the horse taking a dump recently to it. Awesome, this is the perfect what, this is exactly what we need. All right, so bye bye, I'll see you in around 72 hours. Perfect dump. I almost let it loose from underneath of my foot. Okay, let me lock it, the anchor, and that's it. Let's go, let's go. Meridian Defense Apocalypse Now, 2000 rounds behind us. Highlight of the episode was for sure adventures in the swamp. 72 hours with plus, and the swamp did put the print mark on that rifle. As you can see, there is some rust right now developing on the cover, on the rear leaf, and basically on a few other places. Swamp has no mercy, guys. I'm telling you, this is something which I'm actually proud that we're doing, because it puts the stress on those metals, and you can see it. But other than this, you have to say that the Meridian Defense rifle performed like a champ in the swamp. The whole magazine was cleared out and zero malfunctions. As a matter of fact, this rifle went through the whole 1000 rounds, mixture of ammo. We use everything, the full metal jackets, hollow points, we use the Golden Tiger Wolf, Barnell ammo, everything. It chokes perfectly. There was a one malfunction, if I recall this correctly, and it was a misfire. Again, it was a misfire on the Golden Tiger, because the round was chambered, and I did the click, then I quickly changed the magazine and proceed moving forward. So it's another, like, I don't know, that was like a bad lot from the Golden Tiger. But other than this, zero malfunctions, the rifle is functioning perfectly fine. It's a pleasure to shoot. It's really, if you want to go with all those Rambo type drills, this is the rifle. Tactical, right? And you can maneuver it really fast, and it's easy to move from point to point and drive on target. Also, this huge 3-port brake does the job. There is no question about it. You can stay on the target, keep dumping runs, and you can have really fun. Zero recoil coming back your way. The only problem with those type of the brakes I have is you creating a tornado on the sides, so like a shock waves on the sides. And very often right now when we're shooting, even in the woods, I got leaves on the ground. You can see, everything is just jumping forward. So that is pretty much with every type of the brake which has those chambers up front. You have to deal with that side pressure. That's a downfall. So the positive of it is absolutely smooths out the recoil, pushes everything to the side, and you can keep the weapon on target. The downside is it is the huge side pressure to deal with. Other than this, as I said, the rifle is extremely it is a pleasure to shoot. There's no other way to describe it. Everything functions fine, correctly, and as you can see now, after the swamp, we're adding a real distress look to it. So without any hold up or anything, let me pull out this Romanian drum magazine. They are fun to run, but very often you will see that they are not 100% reliable, and that's normal. Those drums, they have their ups and downs. Okay, let me remove the Cyclops. Cyclops works great with the short setup. That was a smart decision. And as you can see here, see on the rail, I got the rust right now too. But as I said, that was kind of to expected because of the way what they did to the setup. They aged that that rifle, so the paint and finish was kind of removed from those points. Alright, there's nothing on the recoil spring. Recoil spring is holding up nicely. We did the 1,000 rounds after the swamp, so whatever happens inside, that basically went away and everything. And the rifle was, I put some oil on it, on the bolt. That's pretty much it. So I'll clean this up for the picture so you guys can see it better, all that gunk and dirt, so we got a clear view. If I miss something, let me know underneath of the video, but I'm looking at the locking locks. Everything here is looking perfectly fine. Extractor claw, very good extraction, steady extraction, no issues whatsoever. All here on the bolt is looking good. I don't see any problems on it. Bolt cutter. Right, let's have a look at that rear end. There is some splash from that ALG trigger, and that's going to be interesting to see. It's not much. It's just like I can see it. It was splashed. It's like usually these are kind of rounded. Now you can see there's more like flat on the end. But we'll see how this is going to end up. And they did smooth out the hell out of that trigger hammer. So that's going to be interesting to see how this is going to end up. Other than this, everything here is looking good. The piston head is perfectly fine. Now, quick look into the guts. I did talk about the trigger hammer. That was all polished by the Meridian Defense. That's not my job, guys. And the locking locks, locking shoulders are looking good. Not the locks, but the locking shoulders are looking good. Chamber, everything is looking good here. Let me flip it. And Truon from underneath is looking good as well. The mag catch release is looking perfectly fine. Very smooth operation on the mag changes and things like this. This rifle is really fun to drive. That short front end helps a little bit. It's really cool. We have to do something to age that grip. We'll see. Probably after drops, this is going to get some scratches. It's going to look nice. Like everything here looks like it took a beating already, and this is looking like spanking new. That Tango down grip is freaking awesome. I love them for the guys with the large hands. That's why we got them in the store. Shameless plug, boom, right there. There is some slight rust on the rails, top of the rails too. We'll see how this is going to hold up. I cannot do Pirate because I will have to remove the Ultimax, so that's a no-go. We'll keep it at this point like that. Maybe at the end, in the last episode, I'll pull it out. We'll see what's happening on that barrel there. I'm looking at that front post and the gas black combo. This is really cool, nicely made. It's working great, and everything here is looking good. There is some slight rust on the front post from the receiving shooting end. Not the receiving end, but from the shooting end, but that's pretty much it. And pin is holding up, and everything here is looking good. Let me check rivets for a second. Rivets are looking great, guys. There's nothing on the rivets. This is how you want to have them. And the wood is holding up, so that refinish on the wood is freaking amazing. 3 days in the swamp, and look at that. You remember what happened to Zastava USA? The wood kind of blackened out. It turned out great. The Zastava should borrow the swamp for dipping their stocks, but it changed the color from that brownish to completely black. But that one, it's holding up. This is exactly that clear coat. I'm guessing the clear coat which they used, it's holding up nicely on that rifle. So job well done. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We still have to run the no-go gauge and see if we are good to go for another 1,000 rounds. And Meridian Express is set up. Let's see if we can drive that bolt carrier forward. Nothing, not even close, guys. One more time, just to make sure, nothing. And one more time for non-believers. There you go. So good news for the Meridian Defense. I think they are happy. Their rifle gets cleared for another 1,000 rounds, hopefully, right? And we'll continue our test. Now, as always, I want to thank you for being with us, guys, for supporting us. And please remember, hit that subscribe button, and then from YouTube, when you will get that little bell, hit the bell to get the alarms, because the YouTube as always does fantastic job of unsubscribing you, as some people are telling me, or not notifying you that we posted the new video. So that's it. Thanks for being with us.